Hey, let me adjust this a little bit. And glad to be back with you. Well, look here, I got my Arizona hat. I found it the other day. It was swap meet. Not swap meet, Goodwill. I'm a retired senior citizen, so I have to watch my money a little bit. Scratch my ear. Let's see. A couple updates I want to get into before we get into some news, in my opinion. And please, when I give you my opinion, if I don't make it clear that it's my opinion, not news necessarily, please let me know and I'll mend my ways. Now, as you know, I or may not know, I had a little show on rodeo country here in Snowflake Hill, Arizona, called Happy Trails of the West. Now, that wasn't necessarily created for that station. I've had that on my blog site for years. On my blog site, it's more often places I've actually been to, whether it be the Alamo in San Antonio, John Wayne's Alamo in Brackettsville, Texas, Virginia City, the Comstock Mine out in South Dakota, Walls Drug, and that's a marvelous place to go walk around. Virginia City is also, and Tombstone is, I've been there about 30 times, and I'm bullish on Arizona. Uh, but Uh, I got that into actually two categories: cowboys and sidekicks. There may be TV cowboys, silver screen cowboys, or the real cowboys like Bill Pickett, the African American that invented bulldogging. But I'm no longer with rodeo country, but you can still get Happy Trails of the West. We're going to start promoting it both on my YouTube site. Just go Cowboy Ron 22. Subscribe today. I'm also been doing a little study and I found out about playlists, so I'm able to segregate these things so much so I don't waste your valuable time. Your time is important to you, and it's important to me. And also, any radio stations that you'd like to recommend me to, I'd appreciate it. For me to do a series that they use as much as they want, but it'd be $50 a week. And I'm going to be doing a lot. I'm going to be going into some books I got here. I found them, and there's a lot of interesting characters of West. I mean, been in many gunfights that they never made a movie out of. Wyatt Earp, was not really uh, that well thought of by other peace officers until they started making movies about him. Then he became a legend. He was a technical advisor when they did one of the original ones. It might have been Tom Mix that did it. And John Wayne met Wyatt Earp when he was just a young uh, stock man, or whatever you call it, prop man. Prop man, that's the right word. And he is quoted as saying that he patterned his characters as a strong, tall guy. Say what you mean what you say. And so, anyway, come back and bring me some more your friends. We'll get to know each other as time moves along. So let's go on to news. I didn't get a lot today because I'm just, frankly, I've been working all day and I'm just a little bit tired. A U.S. journalist has been arrested in Russia on suspicion of spying, uh, covering President Putin's invasion disaster and the country's economical collapse. I don't know. Second World War brought us out of a depression, so there's a lot of money in killing people. Unfortunately, that's sad. Um, I think that all we're doing here, really, I don't think the CIA or whoever does this kind of stuff would make such an obvious person a agent or a double agent, whatever it's called. But uh, Russia knows that we have a weak administration, so I think they're going to start to be grabbing a couple people here and there and swapping them for 10 to 12 uh, people that America has in prisons or things like that. Uh, for me, I know this would already been resolved if President Trump was in the office, but that's neither here or there. I do think if I had my way, I'd gather every Russian diplomat and put them under house arrest until they decide to do things. Now, President Trump, after he was indicted, raised $4 million towards presidential campaign in 24 hours. I think that's, you multiply it times 360, and you got yourself a little nest egg. Elizabeth Warren on the national shooting, our children die because of Republicans. I can't tell you what I think of that stupid, asinine statement. There's no one clear thing that's going to stop this. If you took all the guns off the street, and I'm a sportsman, I don't have any automatic rifles or semi-automatic. Let me correct myself. I have a 22 holds about 18 or 19 long rifles and many more shorts. But if you were able to do that, all you would have done is invent a better mousetrap. And you know what you get when you get a better mousetrap at the end of the day? I'm just telling you this because we're friends. You get a better mouse. Now, I wouldn't mind to have a honest conversation about the guns and how all this is happening, but for me to endorse a conversation, it has to be an honest conversation, not a political conversation. See, when you get this political involved in it, you got people that are not doing their due diligence because they want to be the first one to get a bill on the floor. And what sounds good is not always good. Well, I'll give you an example. It's easy to criticize. I'll give you an example. How about all this money we're wasting on teaching things in school that doesn't need to be taught? And they give these schools some money, maybe partner up. These side doors where these people are getting into, it's normal. People are going to open the doors up to smoke a cigarette, and that's normal. You're not, if you open up a fire door at a movie theater, you can get in trouble, but they could put alarms on there and they could be programmed to the school's needs. So, example, if someone left the door open with a broomstick handle holding it open, that alarm would go off. The kids could be schooled or taught how to go into a protective mode. But Pocahontas, she's just looking for a way to make a comeback, but she's not going to make it. And my light went off. Now, our national court rules that U.S. intelligence forces Iran's assets. We illegally froze Iran's assets. That's horrible. But they won't. They reject Iran's bid to unlock the money. So, no. For me to give you that money back, they would have to surrender the criminals that took our people working at the embassies, prisoners for over a year, bring him over for trial, and then maybe we might talk about something. Other stipulations, like you're not going to be able to have your atomic bomb. Now, Trump and his social media platform could reap $100 million windfall as a result of a historical precedent setting criminal indictment. Yeah, you can indict me for $100 million with the way they indicted him. You're bringing back statute of limitation. Every school kid knows the statute of limitation. Trying to make a misdemeanor into a felony. I'd take $100 million. I wouldn't even hire a lawyer because I think my grandchildren could get that dropped. Now, this is interesting. Attorney General Barr, I believe, served America and Trump administration well. And I think if President Trump had listened to him a little more, he would have got reelected. But he was aggravated. I'm not going to go as far as to say that he doesn't like Trump, but he was aggravated with Trump of being so cruel and outspoken to people with his voice. But when it comes to this, he's put on his morale hat, his attorney general's hat, and his professional law hat, where he's sworn to uphold the Constitution. And he says this is pathetically weak. Legal theory behind Trump's indictment is an abomination. And it most certainly is, Attorney General. I read one of his books, and I'd recommend it when he actually left the White House. I would recommend it. He goes into the all the allegations that the election was stolen, like he says. To suspect allegations and to prove it is two different things. And he always asked the mayor of New York, "Where's the proof?" Okay, I don't even know if the microphone's on. I'm in a minute here. Anyway, thank you very much.